Disney World appears to be losing some of its magic. New reports find that visitors are facing smaller crowds and shorter wait times for rides. This suggests that fewer people are actually going to the theme parks nowadays. So for more on what's driving the trend, let's bring in Wall Street Journal reporter Jacob Passy. Jacob, it is good to see you. When I read this, I was like, look, I don't have to go any further. I went to Disney World with my kid. It was probably like 4 or 5 years ago. And it wasn't just the money. It was the wait in the lines. And then they took away that like fast pass that you could actually pay extra to go to the front. So now you're guaranteed you have to wait hours. And I was like, I can't do this again because this kid's not even going to remember this. I'm not even making good memories. I'm only making bad memories for me. So what's behind the recent slowdown? Is it something along the lines of, what I experienced?
Jacob, she has feelings, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hot button topic for parents for sure when the kids say they want to go to Disney World and then you're thinking about the money and the time. So we looked at data from a company called Touring Plans, which looks at wait times in the parks, and we specifically looked on July 4th, which over history has always been a fairly peak day for the parks. And the wait times were significantly lower this year than in previous years. Now, Disney CEO Bob Iger this morning attributed that to the July 4th weather. It was record-breaking heat down in Florida. But there are a number of factors going into this. Florida was one of the first parts of the country to really benefit from that post-COVID travel boom, if you will. It was one of the earliest states to open up, and the theme parks in Florida opened up, in July of 2020. So they started getting people much sooner than other destinations. And now they're having to compete with cruise lines, with folks who want to travel to Europe. All the other bucket list kind of trips people now want to go on are now competing with Disney World. So that's a major factor. And then price is another consideration. We've seen price increases over the years. We've seen a lot of once free amenities go away at the parks. And so I think for a lot of folks, they're also feeling the crunch there.
Jacob, when I saw this story, I thought actually maybe it was politics that had to do with the fall in people going. How big of an impact is this? We've been reporting on how the House of the Mouse has been in hot water with Governor Ron DeSantis, and there's been allegations back and forth. What impact is there from what you're seeing?
It's hard to quantify the exact impact. Here's what I'll say, though. Disney Cruise Line is seeing really strong booking levels. They are sold out for most of their cruises through the rest of this year and into next year. Their pricing is really strong. They're developing a new port in the Bahamas that's set to, I believe, open next year. Just this week at Disneyland, there's this special Halloween event that runs in September and October called Oogie Boogie Bash, and it sold out in less than 24 hours. And I've seen estimates that was around 300,000 tickets that sold out in less than 24 hours. So I would say that, there are probably some folks out there that are turned off for various reasons. Maybe they are not going to Disney in protest of DeSantis because they don't want to support Florida than folks, who are more aligned with him. But I would hesitate to suggest that is the main driver of any of the trends we're seeing at Disney World right now.
I'll tell you in my non-expert opinion why the Disney cruises are doing so well. Because Disney World, though it's fun, and it's fun for adults too, there's tons of adults that just go without children, it is geared towards the kids. The Disney cruises are geared towards the kids and the adults, because it means that you as a parent can go, there's all kinds of things to keep your kid busy, so you can actually have a vacation as well. So it's a little more expensive than some other cruises, but I think that's why people are willing to fork over the money, right? And Disney's a good brand. Like, they do things really, really well when they do them. That being said, going to Disney World is one of those bucket list things that, you want to check it off. Is Disney doing anything in terms of promotions or discounts to encourage people to come back?
Yeah, so that was another factor that we talked about with travel agents when we were trying to assess exactly what was going on with attendance levels. And a number of the travel agents I spoke with pointed to this kind of rollout of new promotions or returning promotions in some cases as evidence that they're trying to gin up more crowds, more attendance. So, for instance, this December there is a promotion for annual pass holders where you can save up to 40% off select nights at certain hotels at Walt Disney World, and that includes stays on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So those are very peak times to visit Walt Disney World, very popular time of the year. And we're seeing discounts again for annual pass holders. So these are folks who have already invested a significant chunk of money into visiting the parks by purchasing those passes. And then we're seeing discounts also from Disney's competitors. They're not alone in Orlando in terms of the discounting. We're seeing discounts from Universal Studios Orlando, from SeaWorld, from resorts like Margaritaville Resort.
Wow.
So you're seeing a lot of discounting down there in Florida, and that's good news if you're trying to save money.
Maybe those short lines are incentives for more people to actually go.
Yeah, right.
Jacob Passy,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Thank you.